Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Defence. When will the government announce where the nuclear waste and end-of-life reactors of the nuclear submarines will be stored? Can the minister rule out any state or territory?
I call to the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Defence.
You won't be alive.
Order.
So I thank the
Minister has the call.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I thank the member for his question. The answer to the second part of the question first is we won't rule out any state or territory. But in answer to the first part of the question, the first nuclear reactor that we will need to be dealing with comes into play in about the 2050s. So we do have time in which to go through a process by which we determine where that nuclear waste will be stored. Now, part of being a responsible nuclear steward in the context of AUKUS is that we take responsibility for the full nuclear cycle, which includes the disposal of the reactors. We take that very seriously. We have indicated that we will go through an exhaustive process to assess where that will occur. The one statement that we've made to this point in time about where is that it will happen on the current or future defence estate.
The call to the honourable member for Lingiari.
Speaker, my question is to the Minister for Resources. Minister, how is the Albanese Labor government supporting Australia's critical mineral industry to boost the economy and support more jobs and opportunities for Australians?
The call to the Minister for Northern Australia and the Minister for Resources.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker, and I want to thank the exceptional member Lingiari for that excellent question. Mr Speaker, the Albanese Labor government is taking significant action in support of the critical minerals and rare earths industry of Australia. In Darwin last week, with many of my colleagues, I announced over $800 million of support from the Albanese government to Arafura Rare Earths to help deliver Australia's first combined integrated rare earths mine and refinery. The importance of this rare earths project cannot be underestimated. It will sit 125 kilometres north of Alice Springs. It will bring 300 new jobs and deliver $1.4 billion of benefits right across the Great Northern Territory. This is a job-creating economic boost for Alice Springs. And importantly, for the communities of Alice Springs and right across the top end, Arafura has set and is determined to meet their 20% Indigenous employment target. The project is an ambitious step forward for our rare earths and critical minerals industry. It will open up new, secure supply chains and ultimately supply 5% of global rare earth oxides. And people may well ask, Mr Speaker, what do you use rare earth oxides for? Well, they're very important to power the green energy revolution. They are integral ingredients in super strong magnets. They go into all sorts of green technologies, including electric vehicles. They are important for everyday mobile devices and laptops. They go into defence applications. So these rare earth oxides that will be produced just north of Alice Springs will be vitally important. Mr Speaker, as you know, traditional resources exports of iron ore, coal and LNG are the bedrock of our national prosperity. The new resources industry of rare earth and critical minerals builds upon this exceptional tradition and will create more opportunities right across the country. The Nolans Rare Earth financing package includes $500 million under the Critical Minerals Facility, up to $115 million on Export Finance Australia's commercial account and $200 million from the Northern Australia Infrastructure Facility. And this financing will draw in another $840 million of finance from international equivalents of our Export Finance Australia, as well as commercial banks from Germany, France, Canada and the Republic of Korea, demonstrating how important international cooperation and collaboration is to develop the rare earths industry in this country. The road to net zero runs through Australia's resources sector. The road to net zero will run through the Arafura-Nolans project just north of Alice Springs in the Great Top End in the Northern Territory.